everyone, well we're here, we're back, and today we're doing another anti-MLM video, and for this video we will be talking about Zyia. Just as a reminder, in case you forgot what Zyia is, they are an athleisure active wear clothing company. So very similar to Savvy, they both sell athletic clothing at a pretty similar price point, and their sizes are basically about the same except for Zyia does the number system and Savvy does the letter system, but they both sell athleisure. They constantly are coming out with new clothing throughout the week, and they both are an MLM company. So same sort of idea for a business, but different names. So the video we will be watching today is a team call, and the rep in the video will be answering a bunch of questions that people may ask before somebody joins the business, or just general questions that they may have about Zyia, because it is very good to have answers to questions about something that you claim is your own business. So that is what she will be going over today in this video. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really like it, please subscribe. But make sure to check out my description below for all my fun links. I have links to my Patreon, my channel members, my anti-MLM playlist, my social medias, and an email that you can send content to, that if you ever find it while scrolling social media and you would like to see me react to it, you can send it over there. And with all of that said, let's get started.
Hello, you guys. How is everybody doing today? I am very excited to talk to you guys about what we're going over for a number of reasons that we're going to dive into. As people hop on though, I want to show you what I'm wearing as normal. I'm stuck here. Don't want to screw up the name. All right, I'm wearing, this is the men's sweatshirt, you guys. How cute is it? This is the men's Sonoran red texture sweatshirt. This is the one that came out in like this kind of pinky color. It's more of a salmon. I shouldn't say pink. It's more of a salmon color, corally color. And then it came out, what other color, you guys? It came out in kind of an oatmeal color. And then I think a blue black color. Think. Anyways, super nice, really premium material. Look at the stretch on this, and it does have like a nice little texture, and it's kind of heathered too, so it's got all the goodness in it. I'm wearing a size small. Let's see if I have jeans on today. I always feel like so wrong when I have my jeans on, but you can kind of see I have it tucked in. Super cute.
Oh. It is cute, I will give her that, but I just feel that if it was her own clothing business, like truly her own, that she created, that she knows what's going on, the ins and outs, she would know what it's called, and she would know what colors it comes in, just off the top of her head.
Okay, that give enough time for people to jump on. Hello. All right, you guys, let's get into this. Like I said, I'm so excited to talk to you guys about this because I feel like right now it is so important that we not only know how to answer all of these questions, but we feel comfortable answering them. We feel confident when we get these questions.
What a concept to have all of the answers when people have questions about a business that you claim is your own. Crazy concept.
And you know, I know we've gone over this before, but a lot of times we get weird sometimes when we're talking about the business opportunity. And I think some of that stems from feeling like, oh my gosh, what if I get a question I don't know how to answer? Okay, there's a fly buzzing around. So we're going to go over all of it today. And I want you, as I'm going through these, if you have a different way to answer these, if you have a different way that you approach this, please put it in the comments and share it with us. I know we're in 2 different groups. So, I'll try to read them so we can all hear it if you're not in the same group that the comments happening on. But I think it's really important that we do kind of share this stuff and get different approaches. This is one method. This is one way to approach it. So as always, please share. Please share. All right, you guys, diving in here. It's no secret right now what's going on in our economy, right? Inflation is happening. It just is. Costs are going up. Minimum wage requirements are going up. What happens when all that combines? Businesses are shutting down. A lot of brick and mortar companies, at least around here. I drive up and I'm like, oh, I was here yesterday. And then I drive up and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're no longer in business. They can't always afford these costs that we're incurring. It's important to look at that, because what happens when costs continue to rise is people need more money to sustain the lifestyle that they have been living.
And I agree with her, but of course, how she is going to word this is that Zyia is the business that can help you sustain and even strive for more of your daily life. That didn't make sense. Sustain the lifestyle that you have, plus give you an even greater lifestyle than what you have currently. But I believe the lowest kit for Zyia is $250, and then the one above that is $600. So you are asking people to invest quite a bit of money that you are stating a lot of people don't have, and that, to help just live the lifestyle that they're currently living right now, to invest money that they may or may not have, or at least probably should not be investing into something like Zyia right now, because you may invest $600, you may also spend a little bit more money trying to, pump up your wardrobe and only wear Zyia so you can be a product of the product. But that is money that a lot of people don't have right now, that people in Zyia are going to say, well, don't worry, you invest this now and you will make it back 10 times over as long as you work hard and you're coachable. But they just can't promise that, yet they do. They just claim as long as you're coachable and you do what I say, then you will make that money back. And majority of people would maybe make $600 back in maybe a year, maybe probably 2 years is the more realistic thing if we look at the average of other income disclosure statements. Because Zyia does not publicly put out their income disclosure statement, and I don't like when MLMs are super sneaky like that. I obviously don't like MLMs in general, but at least I can put a smidge, tiny, itty bit of respect on the ones that put out their income disclosure statement, because they're at least not hiding that aspect of it. People are just, the reps just kind of talk around it and are able to do that. But when it comes to Zyia and they don't publicly put out their income disclosure statement, it's like, what are you hiding? Are people making money, or is it just the very few select at the top making any money?
It is estimated, you guys, that inflation is costing an average of $4,000 to $10,000 a year, okay? More. If you're going to keep the same lifestyle. All right. So keep that in mind. On the low end, that means it would cost an extra $333 on average a month on the low end. And on the high end, an extra $833 a month on the high end. Okay. I'm in California. We're probably near that mark. Okay. So keep that number in mind. If you just let's take a average of those two, and even on the lower end, you're looking at approximately let's just say for simplicity's sake, an extra $500. Okay. $500 a month to sustain the same kind of lifestyle that you have been living. Okay. With inflation. And we're going to come back to that. You guys, it is an estimate that 70 million working Americans have a side income. Okay, this is not a new concept.
No, it's not. So what I always find interesting when it comes to team calls like this, and this happens across the board in almost every single MLM, across almost every single team call, opportunity call, it doesn't matter. They will put out statistics like, this many people are unemployed, this many people, you need this amount of money to sustain your lifestyle, this amount of people have a side gig next to their full-time income, whatever it is, statistics, numbers. But yet when we come with the numbers for why MLMs are bad, why you shouldn't join them, why you are statistically more likely to lose money, why your income disclosure statement shows that you're statistically more likely to lose money, we're just negative. We're just negative people, and we have our facts wrong, and we're the ones who are wrong. So we're not allowed to come with numbers that support our argument, but they can come with numbers that support showing that people should join this MLM, because people just have to have this amount of money and have to have a side income. People don't have to have a side income. I mean, I guess maybe realistically a lot of people do, and that's totally awesome. Like, I think that it's good to just have more money if that's what people want, if they're comfortable with that, if they have the time for that, things like that. But I just think that they lump every single individual into one group, just one circle, and they'll just pick certain people and they'll be like, you need a side income and you need a side income because that person next to you has a side income and they're clearly doing better than you because they have a side income. But it's like, you don't know what that person's doing, you don't know what their lifestyle is. Like, people who have interests and hobbies don't always have to monetize it. And I think that's where people in NLMs like get so lost, is they're so focused on, you have to have a side hustle, you have to love what you do, and you have to be interested in this, and you have to monetize it. And you just don't. You don't have to do any of those things. Of course, having extra money if you need it is nice, and looking for things on the side is sometimes very necessary and helpful, but joining an MLM is absolutely should never be one of those things, because yes, it is not as much of an upfront cost as, like, I guess, starting your own business from the ground up, but it's still a pretty hefty upfront cost depending on the MLM. I mean, alone I said for a starter kit cost for Zyia is either $250 or $600. And that's kind of a lot of money, and that is just the starter kit cost. We know that they are spending quite a bit of money on other pieces of clothing. They're constantly putting out new clothing, so they'll need to be showing those products off to their customers and wearing them and telling them how they fit, how they feel, how they stretch, how they smell, any of those. So it's never just $600 and there you go, you're good, you're set. It is always more cost that they really don't talk about very often.
Something that people are doing. People want extra added revenue, extra income, so that they can do those extra things. In this case, it's not so much extra. This is just to maintain the lifestyle you've been living. Okay. This is not a new idea. Who on here was a part of Zyia back in 2020 during those months of March through April? Anyone on here? Were we here during that time? For anyone that was not a part of Zyia during that time, again, it wasn't a secret. During COVID, we saw a lot of people picking up additional, side incomes. They were looking for different jobs. They can work from home. They were looking for additional income. What happened when this whole thing was kind of put in motion is our company during March and April of 2020, we in volume and number of orders were up 400%. Okay, can you imagine? Like 400%. Who on this call? Okay, I see a lot of people were part of that. Pretty crazy, right? Like, holy cow, it was insane times.
Yeah, but it's for a negative reason. It's not like a bunch of people just heard about Zyia and flocked to it because they couldn't contain their excitement about it. It's because they were in a desperate state.
It literally, we doubled and then we doubled again. Like, it was just massive. Okay. And that was all because people were jumping in. They were like, well, I need additional income. I can do this from home. All number of reasons, whatever. But our company grew a lot. All right. So now, looking at our current economy, where we're at with everything, industry experts are now projecting another massive surge in network marketing, okay, in the next 12 to 24 months. All I can say is, let's be ready. Let's be prepared. Let's talk about this opportunity. Let's share this business because it can change lives. It is a huge blessing. And when we're equipped to talk about it and share it, it makes a huge impact, okay? Let's have our boats in the water, because if this happens again, which it's going to, according to experts looking at the industry, looking at our economy, get ready. We are going to have a massive surge in growth again, okay?
I hope that's not true.
All right, so just keep that. That's kind of like, put it on the back burner there, but I want to kind of set the precedent of why we're even talking about this, why this is so, so important, that we feel comfortable and confident.
By the way, that is her phone that keeps going off. I don't want you guys to think that that is like my phone going off constantly. I make sure, at least I try and remember, to shut my phone off while I am filming, because having the constant chime go off over and over and over again is, to me, distracting, annoying and unprofessional. So I just wish that she would consider this to be a at least somewhat sort of professional call. I mean, it's technically a work call, so maybe just put your phone on silent.
In doing this, let me see if I can shut off my
Thank you, but this is maybe something you should have thought about before, but you know what? The fact that she's even willing to do it is good enough, so thank you.
hold on. I'm going to try to quit my messages and see if that, and if not, I think I can silence this, you guys, because I don't think it's going. Okay, I think I silenced it. Let's see if that stops the digging. All right, you guys, let's get into the first one. And like I said, I'm going to jump around a little bit. If you have extra questions, put them in the comments and I will answer them as well. All right. We hear this a lot when people are looking at it. You know, people are shopping around right now. Let's be honest. They're looking at multiple different direct selling companies. Social selling is all the rage right now. People are going to do their research. Well, should I go here? Should I go here? Let's talk about why they should be right here. Let's talk about what sets our company apart from the rest and why.
Nothing. Just the fact that you sell clothing, but even then, like I said at the beginning, they basically are just savvy. They sell the exact same stuff as savvy at a pretty similar price point. You may sell clothing, and of course that may make you different than majority of MLMs out there. But again, it's not necessarily even about the product. The fact that you're sitting here on this call specifically talking about the opportunity and people joining this business as a whole, that makes you the same as every other MLM out there.
You want to share those things with people so they feel comfortable being in this place. All right. I hear it all the time. Is this market, is it oversaturated? What? Oh, that did not work. I'm still getting dings, you guys. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I know what I can do. I know what I can do, you guys. I'm going to just mute because I don't need to hear anything there. You guys can still hear me, okay, right? As long as you guys can hear me, all right? I think that'll silence my dinging going on. You guys hear me? Close I did do that. Okay, good. We're good. I did close messages and it's still dinging. So, okay, as long as you can hear me, we're good. All right. So again, timing, competition, these are all things. Is it oversaturated? Let's be honest, you guys, looking at network marketing, the activewear market is not very present, right? Like we're so lucky. Look at all the different companies, all the different competition that exists within supplements, skincare.
Yeah, I guess in the network marketing MLM world, like I said, I guess you only have maybe one other major competitor, but it's not like you don't have other competition. It's not like other brands don't sell athleisure, athletic clothing. Like, there are so many out there, and you would also be competing with those brands, and a lot of them are cheaper than the product that you are selling.
Nutrition, workouts, all of it. There are so many to choose from. There is massive amounts of competition. Then you look at activewear, and we're sitting pretty darn well, you guys. So I always like to mention that with people too. Look at who's entering, new companies coming in. It's not activewear, okay? So keep that in mind.
That's probably also for a reason, because when it comes to clothing, yes, clothing is consumable, but up to a certain point, like versus the supplements or Shakeology, like those things are being consumed every day. You know, each month you probably need to re-up versus like if you buy 5 pairs of leggings and 5 sports bras, those can probably get you through for quite some time, and you probably don't need to have 20, 30, 40 pairs of things unless you are a rep for the company and your upline is telling you to do so.
The other thing, this product that we're selling, you guys, in 2022, activewear, you guys, is it is a $421 billion industry. Like, wrap your head around that for a second. It is
and yet you're saying that there's not really any competition, but it's a $1 billion industry? Think that through?
projected that in 10 years down the road, in 2032, that the industry will be a $779 billion industry. That's nearly double. Okay. So what does that say? We're not going anywhere, you guys. We're fashion, we're clothing. Yes, our products will shift and change. You've probably already seen it. Look what I'm wearing. Okay, we're gonna move with the trends, of course. We're gonna see more athleisure, more different pieces that you can intertwine with things, not just workout wear. But my point is, we are a very, very strong industry that is not slowing down. We are only growing. We are only getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay. And the other thing that I love about our company, so many of the companies I'm seeing entering the marketplace, they're kind of quick fixes, I guess, if I'm saying it like that. I feel like some even are monopolizing on the post COVID. Okay, this is going to give you better mental whatever. And I think there's something to be said there. As great as those can be, they're kind of trendy, I feel like. And I think that looking at a long-term projection here, I don't know if those products will be as successful in 3 years, 4 years.
She's not wrong. But God, I love the hate on other MLM companies. I know what she's talking about, and she's definitely hating on other MLM companies and saying like they're just doing a fad right now. It's probably not going to be popular in a few years. And I agree with her. I don't think she's wrong, but just something about them talking a little bit of shade on other MLM companies when it's like I guarantee in, Monet or Color Street they could be hating on the athleisure brand and talking about how it's not really a consumable product and you're okay with buying 2 pairs of sweatpants and those lasting you a year. So, it can be on the flip side. I just love that.
Whatever. I don't know. And I'm not going to say if they will be, but for me, I know this industry is strong. It's stable. It's not going anywhere. Our products evolve, but the clothing industry is pretty darn strong last time I checked. I think it's also, people, when they say oversaturated, do people know about it? That is what I literally use when I'm talking to a customer about this brand. And if they want to partner up, I tell them, go ask people, see if anyone has heard of this brand. Go talk to people, talk to friends, family, people you run into. Ask them if they've ever heard of Zyia. Usually they come back and say, no, they haven't heard of it. You're like, we're so little, you guys. We're not even on the map yet. And I feel like that really puts into perspective for people when they come back and they're like, yeah, no one knows of it. I'm like, well, have fun. You have a huge opportunity then.
Is that really a good thing, though? I mean, I don't know if that's like a positive thing. And also, like, just because people don't know about you doesn't mean your products aren't overpriced and people don't want them. Like, just because you're like, have you heard about Zyia? No. And then you go on and you see that for a pair of leggings, it's like $65, $70. And you're like, yeah, I'm okay with my $10 pair of leggings, $15 pair of leggings. Like, I'm okay with that. Thank you. Especially, here is the thing at the very beginning of this with her talking about, like, how people need more money and they're having to work second jobs or have side incomes just to maintain the lifestyle that they have. How many people do you think are going to be dropping $60, $70, $100 on workout clothes in this economy?
Now, there are times if maybe there's other reps and you're from a very small town and you have other reps local that they're like, oh no, everybody knows about it here. Then that opens up another opportunity to talk about, well, I don't want to be mean, but you're thinking really small if you were just focusing on your immediate friends and family in your neighborhood. Okay. Let's go way bigger. Let's expand that. Let's get outside of that circle and talk about the business opportunity that is massive outside of that immediate circle. Okay. So there's so much opportunity to talk about this with people. But that's usually what that's my go-to. Talk to people, do your research. I always tell people, do your research. Don't just jump into this. Like, take some time, make sure it's a good fit. Go through those steps. You don't ever want someone just jumping in blindly. And, I want them equipped. I want them to feel good.
And I think that doing your research is good. I mean, just the few articles that I have read about Zyia, they have said that if you want to make quite a bit of money or you need a lot of money right away, this is not the company for you. If you're okay with maybe making $30 in 6 months, then this is the company for you. So I think that's also very important to look at. But of course, they would go to their upline would say, well, those people probably didn't work hard enough. They probably weren't coachable. Again, it's just these regurgitated statements that we hear over and over again that they tell downlines to make them feel special, make them feel like they won't be like those people, when that's how the industry is built, is for everybody to basically be like that and for them to just grasp onto hope that they will be the outlier in this ever constant flowing same situation that every rep who joins us in.
That means you take months to research, do that. Okay. Yep. Social media is infinite. Absolutely. I mean, it's just, there's no end, and you start go down that route and ask if people have ever heard of Zyia. Like, there's so many people have never heard of this company. It's pretty darn awesome. All right. Let's see what else. Okay. Isn't it better to sell a consumable product? We hear this a lot too. All right. At least I hear it from other companies really pushing that idea. While it's a consumable product. You guys, I know that this is a good fit for me here because I love the fact that we are a non-subscription product. We're a non-consumable product. We're fashion. Okay. We're not sitting here saying, oh, you might want to go check with your doctor before you buy our product. We're not talking about ingredients and this and that, before and after, all that stuff. Although our light and tights, that's another story. There is some before and after that happened there, but that is not the point here. What I'm saying is we are fashion. If you like it, then you buy it. We're not having to do all those things and intertwining health and all that stuff in it. Okay. I love that. That's how I know is.
I mean, you're talking about that in just the like health and wellness aspect of it, but what about Monet that's shampoo, or Color Street that's nails, or Scentsy that is scent bars, or Saint or Mary Kay that's makeup? Like, all of those are consumable products that you don't have to go and talk to your doctor about and decide if this is a good fit for you or not. So I understand just focusing on one company that, where, like, I guess in a way, like, there is that, you know, loophole or asterisk. Not that people even follow through with that, so it doesn't matter. Of course, there are the companies that just have like shakes and stuff, and those are completely consumable. So, you know, that kind of, I mean, anybody can have a rebuttal to anything that you are saying that are honestly fair questions to ask. Is that this isn't a consumable product, and I feel like once people have 3 pairs of leggings, they're not going to be returning customers the next month. I'm going to have to find a lot more customers than maybe the other average MLMs out there that do have a consumable product that people would come back and either have a subscription-based service on, or just be a recurring customer each month once they run out of the product that they are using. I just think those are completely fair questions to be asked, and these rebuttals are, you know, situational.
A good fit. Now, people want that side of it. Great. Maybe Zyia isn't the spot for them, but for me, I love that part of it. That's super fun, stress-free, and it just, that's an important element for me. I love that about it. What else? All right. With our weekly launches, you guys, going back to the fact that we are a non-subscription, non-consumable product, we are not waiting to introduce or sell a product after they have used that product up. Okay. And we are also not something that we're relying on a subscription where people have to sign up, or a membership fee or anything like that to buy our product. We are able to bring them new products every single week. Okay. This is huge. This far surpasses the monthly subscription or the consumable product where, you know, a couple months down the road, you ask if they want to buy it again. Every single week we have product launches. This is a huge differentiator that sets us far apart from other companies, you guys.
And I know they view that as a positive thing, but like this whole fast fashion, like constantly pumping out new items all the time each week. I mean, did you not learn from LuLaRoe when they were just pumping out things? Because when you start pumping out things and are constantly worried about having the next new item, then your quality goes down because you are so focused. You are focused. You are focused on the quantity of the items that you have on the website instead of just like, here are 25 amazing items that we have with plenty of great reviews, with all the sizes that you could ever need, and maybe once a month there's a new item that, you know, is a limited edition sort of thing, and maybe it'll be added to the permanent collection depending on how popular it is. I think that is a better way to run a clothing business. Again, when it comes to clothing, I mean, really when it comes to anything, quality over quantity is so much more attractive, I think, and especially when it comes to clothing. I mean, just the fashion industry itself is there's just so much waste when it comes to that, and a lot of it ends up in landfills, and there's just all of that. Like businesses like not Forever 21 is definitely a huge contributor to that. Things like Wish or Shein are just pumping out just clothes and clothes and clothes, and you know, people wear it a couple times and then maybe throw it away or donate. I mean, you just go to a thrift store and you see how much clothing is there, and you just know that not all of it will be bought and it'll just be thrown away. So being a part, for me, if I were to be a part of a clothing company, I'd want to be a part of one that focuses on quality instead of quantity. But of course, we all know that MLMs completely focus on quantity over quality. They always do.
Make sure that when you're talking about this business, people know that. Every time I bring that up, it's like, what? Like they take a double take. You what? How do you do that even? I don't know how you do it, how they manage to do that. But it is such an amazing experience.
That was kind of an interesting thing. She's like, when I bring it up, people are like, what? How do you do that? How do they do that? Exactly. They do it, not you.
For our customers, and an incredible opportunity for us as reps. We always have new products to promote. We always have new things to share. It's amazing. I was sitting at my daughter's softball practice last night, and it was really ironic, but I was sitting there working on the training for today, and the girl sitting across from me, my new friend, she was like, are you working on Zyia? And I said, yeah, I'm working on my training. And so she started asking questions. She didn't know what the training was about, that we were talking about all the questions about Zyia. But she started asking me certain things about, you know, what's it required? What do you have to sell each month, and shipping and this and that. And everything that she asked me, and when I responded, she was like, oh, and she said it multiple times. She's like, you guys are so lucky. Oh, wow, that's amazing. And it made me think, I'm like, this is exactly what I am talking about. So many of these things people don't know. We assume because we may know a lot of the answers to these, but we assume other people do. They don't. And so much of this sets us apart, you guys. I mean, she was like, and she did network marketing as well. So she was kind of comparing, and everything that she had asked, and I commented back. She's like, oh, wow, that's amazing. And I'm like, yeah, it is. I just thought it was funny. I was like,
And that is a good example of a compensation plan sounding better than somebody else's compensation plan, because that's kind of all it was like, how much do you have to sell? How much is this? What do you get for this? It's a compensation plan that may sound more attractive, but at the core of it all, you still have to recruit and you still have to sell a bunch of product in order to make any sort of profit, or at least make your money back. So it's still the same sort of thing, just packaged differently.
Perfect timing in this. All right, you guys. What kind of comp plan is I? This is a huge one, and this is where we all like freeze up. I don't know how many times I had to message customer service when I get this question over and over. People are like, are you binary or are you unilevel? I'm like, oh, let me get right back to you. I had no idea. This network marketing is all new for me. Okay. So I've been learning over the last 5 years. Basically what you need to know if someone asks you this question, Ziya is a unilevel comp plan. Okay. What that means, we are simple. We have no cap. We can grow as wide as we want. There's just a lot of, I think, benefits, more so in just the simplicity factor. Let's go back to that first number that we talked about, right? Let's say that we need that extra $500 a month. We need that extra $500 for whatever reason, and we're just maintaining our current lifestyle. I love the fact that I know, let's say I just enrolled. I enrolled today. I'm a rep. I have not rank advanced, nothing. I know that if I need to make an extra $500 a month, I need to sell $1,800 worth of product. That's it. That's very simple, okay? And that's just at the very base of it, okay? So I like knowing with our compensation plan, the way it is set up, if you have a number in mind that you need to make, there's not guessing. It's numbers. You sell.
She's fully aware that this happens with every other MLM, right? Like, they will say if you need to make X amount of money in a month, then we will break it down for you of how much you need to sell in a month or what rank you need to be and what you need to do. That's not unique to Zyia. That is every compensation plan is like, I need to make $500 a month. That means I need to sell X amount of this product in a month because I make X amount of commission. That's sales. It's basic math. It just depends on the MLM and the commission. They truly think they're really unique and totally different, don't they? I mean, I don't know if she's been a part of a different MLM, and maybe she does think that that's different and unique and specific to Zyia, but I have heard this in almost every single MLM that we have ever talked about. Like, they talk about this, they have said this.
This much, you make 28% if it's over $1,000. Okay. So really simplistic in that form. I love the control we have over it. We're not being placed somewhere in a team. We get to make the choice who we enroll with. We get to build our teams how we want, versus binary, where you're kind of put in there. You don't have as much choice in that. There's only two main legs. So you can study up a little bit more on that, but just know we are unilevel. There are a lot of perks with that. And just the simplicity of our comp plan, I love that. I like to share that. I like to talk about it so people know. People want to know, what do I have to do? This is what I need. What do I have to do? Well, here's what you have to do. You sell the product, and there's so many ways you can do it. Okay. So keep that in mind. Love that.
There's so many ways you could sell the product. Oh, you mean like selling it?
Hold on. Now I've done it. Hold on. Let me get my, oh, okay. I'm back. Yep. So simple. Totally is. Coast to coast immediately. Didn't expect that. Yeah. You can grow so big, so fast and so big when you get outside of that circle. That's for sure. All right. Okay. Here's a fun stat for you. Zyia reps earn 3 to 4 times the industry average. They are paid 3 to 4 times more in commission than the industry average. That's kind of cool, right?
Does that mean that they're actually profiting though? Like, just because you're making money, just because your commission is higher than the average MLM, still does not mean people are making profit. Why don't you put your income disclosure statement out? If you're so proud of your statistics, where's your income disclosure statement to disprove all the other MLMs? If you're so unique, so wonderful, the best, then prove it.
All right. You should know what the retention rates are for both customers and reps. For reps, per the DSA, direct sales average is 55%. Okay. Oh, just peanut. In Zyia, our retention rates for reps is 76%. This is huge. I love sharing this number because it shows the culture. It shows what's happening inside of our company. It shows your experience as a rep. When you have a 76% retention rate, which is amazing, that shows what is happening within the company. All right, customers, industry average for athletic wear, 60% repeat customers, okay? Not bad, pretty darn good. In Zyia, the customer reorder rate in 12 months is 80%. That's unreal. Like, that is so amazing. And I think of, my own customer base. When I started 5 years ago, the customers that I started that supported me at the very beginning of my launch of my business, they're still ordering. Like, that says something, right? Like, how amazing is that? When you have a product that people come back and back and back for, it's incredible. And again, this all ties in with the whole idea of what has to be a consumable product and this and that. I'm like, no, look at what is happening.
I mean, it doesn't have to. And obviously they, each company's going to be different. And it has to work. The product has to be selling in order for the company to maintain, being a business. So yes, you're going to be selling the product. It's going to be a thing. But I don't know, when they make stats like this, I don't know if I can believe them. I'm going to just take her word for it. And if that's the case, that's awesome. Still don't support Zyia.
Happening. Look at our orders again and again. Our customers come back and back and back, and we have opportunities for them to come back every single week. All right. So keep that in mind. Retention rate.
Did she say that customers were coming back at least once within a 12-month period?
In Zyia, The customer reorder rate in 12 months is 80%. That's unreal. Like,
So not they're returning every single week to buy these new items. Like, just because somebody comes back once within a 12-month period, that's nice, but that's not, I guess, as amazing as she's making it out to be.
I think those are really, really cool numbers to share. All right, this is a good one, you guys. Is this a pyramid scheme? I'm trying not to roll my eyes right now. Welcome to 2022, you guys. First of all, pyramid schemes are illegal. Can we get that out there for people that ask that? And I think people go back to this because of, direct sales companies. We have a tiered compensation plan. We do. And I think that ties in with it. They automatically, it's pyramid scheme, tiered compensation plan, pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes are illegal. And pyramid schemes also rely on, they're not collecting money for a product, okay? They're collecting investors to recruit more investors. Last time I checked, we sell activewear. And
you know what's crazy is that if you only had to sell the product in order to rank up, then people would not have as big of a problem with it. But the product is there as a facade for you to recruit people who recruit people who recruit people who are basically investing more and more and more money into the company. So, AKA, it's just a loophole around the whole idea of a pyramid scheme. So interesting. Also, how come when you type into Google and you type in multi-level marketing, usually always pyramid scheme is associated with that in one way or the other. Also, MLM companies have been found to be pyramid schemes in the past and definitely will be in the future. It is, in my opinion, just a loophole with the product. It is literally the only major loophole because everything else sounds very similar, which is very strange. How you are associated with a scam except for one little loophole.
We make money off what we sell. We are not paying out. We're not paying people for bringing on more enrollments. We are getting paid for what we are selling.
Don't you get more money the more recruits you have underneath you? Don't you get a portion, you get a commission based off of their sales, so you do have an incentive to recruit people? I think you do.
We are getting paid for a product we sell. 80% of all of our sales are from customers, you guys. That's another great stat to keep in mind. 80% are from customers. I think it's so interesting though, because I feel like no matter how, again, this is the new norm. Social selling, using direct sales as the channel to sell, all of these things, side income. I'm always like, aren't we past this? Is this question coming up? And no, we're not past it. The question is still coming up. So to just arm yourself with the basic knowledge. I mean, pyramid schemes, there's no genuine product or service that they're getting paid for. We sell activewear and we make commissions off of what we sell. So keep that in mind.
So then why are you doing this whole call to try and recruit people and talk about the questions that people would have when trying to recruit people? Because that's probably what you're talking about, because I know you have talked about how this is an opportunity. If this whole call was just talking about how awesome the product is and, where the product comes from, how the product's made, the price of the product, the new things that are coming out, that's one thing. But that's not what this call is about.
As you get questions about this. And I love another question that usually follows up this one. I know we all get it. Is this a pyramid scheme? Do I have to grow a team for this? And I'm always like, no, you don't have to grow a team. I have so many people that have come on and they're like, I don't really want to grow a team. I just want to sell the product. I'm like,
and this is another reason why it's a loophole. They can't make you grow a team. They have to pay you commission based off of sales, but if you want to make more money, you kind of do have to grow a team.
Great. Do that. You can come on, you can enroll same day, your website's up, you can sell the product, and you are going to make 20 to 28% commission off everything you sell. Go back to that number. Someone signs up, they need $500 extra dollars. You have to sell $1,800 worth of product. You can do that the same day and boom, you've just earned $500. Okay. So I that question probably won't go anywhere. It will always be lingering around, and that is okay. But we want to know how to answer.
For a reason. If it wasn't true, then people would have stopped asking it a long time ago.
Okay, how do you sell? I love talking about this too, because there's so many options, right? Some people are comfortable. They don't want to be around people in person. They just want to do it online. Great. You can do that. Some people are like, I don't have social media. I don't like it. I don't want to do that. I'm not comfortable with it. Great. Be in person. Like, you can run this so many ways. I like to promote doing a hybrid.
It's truly just two ways, in person and online. Those are the only two ways. It's not so many ways. I don't think there would be a third way besides in person and online. I can't think of another one.
I like to say, let's combine them. I have found the most success personally doing that when I do both. Okay. Do your in-persons, do your events, do your pop-ups, do your online boutiques, all of it. Do your VIP groups, all that stuff. Combine them. You're going to be unstoppable. Let's see here. Another one. And you guys add more. If you've got more questions that you got outside of these, put them in there and I'll go back and answer them. I have no experience in any of this. How will I learn how to run my business? I hear that a lot. Hello, that was me. I'd never done sales, never done direct sales, knew nothing about the product, hadn't even tried Zyia. Okay. So I get it. I get that feeling. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. And I did take a little bit of my sweet time, but that's okay. Let people know that you don't have to know how to do it. We are here. We have this community. We will train you. We will teach you.
I just think that's such a big risk, like investing $250, $600 into something that you know absolutely nothing about, and the person on the other end who has a financial incentive to get you to join is telling you, yes, let's do it, yes, this is a great idea, I could totally get you to do it. Red flag?
Then you say, well, I don't know about these products. There's so many products. What do I do? It's okay. We have references. You will learn them. Just give people that peace of mind. You don't have to know how to do it. And sometimes what happens out of that is people adopt a whole new way of doing the business, which I think is super cool to see. So that is how I answered that one. I will quote Blair Sells when I answer the next one. I can't afford the enrollment costs. How can I do this? And Blair said it best when she said, if you can't afford the enrollment costs, you can't afford not to do this. Keep the focus. If people are going into it like that, and I know, because that was me too. I couldn't afford the enrollment costs. You guys, if I'm being brutally honest here, I put the enrollment cost, which I think was $4.95 at the time. And I put it on a credit card, my last credit card that wasn't completely maxed out. So I get that fear. I understand that. And
I hate when they bring that up, because her being successful or appearing to be successful, somebody on the other end may be like, wow, if she could do it, I can do it. If she did it and she maxed out her credit card and she made this work, I can do it too. Horrible advice to even put out into the world and to even suggest to someone. And then to say, if you can't afford it, then you absolutely need this. Also, absolutely horrible, awful advice.
No, I just had to make, first and foremost, I got to pay this back. I got to pay this back. Let people know when you are joining, when you're going to dive into this, we don't want just your enrollment kit to be paid back. Yes, that will happen. And we have all the blue moon stuff. Like, there's so many ways. Anyway, break down the commission with them so they know exactly what they need to sell to earn that back. And with the bonuses, don't forget all that. But put it in terms of, this is so much more than that. You're not just buying a kit here. Okay. Like, we want to have long-term income. Okay. We want this to be so much bigger than that. So I think sometimes people enter it with a little bit of a smaller vision. Like, what if I can't pay this back? No, let's make sure they know what they need to do to pay that back, but then what they need to do.
But when you make it, and they always make it seem simple, like you just have to sell X and then you get Y. Yeah, but selling that X in 1 month's time is extremely difficult for a majority of people. And again, like she was talking at the very beginning and saying how people can't afford their everyday lifestyle, people are needing extra income, people are needing this, meaning people don't have disposable income to be spending $50, $60, $70 on a pair of leggings so that you can make your initial investment back. That is not their job to buy expensive leggings because you invested in an MLM company. That, like, spend that $250, $600 somewhere else. Honestly, invest in the stock market. Go gamble it. You are more likely to make your money back than you would investing in an MLM company.
To get their business going, and so much more than that, so much beyond that. Okay. Let's see. And I think just two more, and then I'll wrap it up, as we're totally now officially over time. Do I have to keep inventory? Do I have to deal with shipping? This is such an important one. And I mean, I knew when I joined, I had two little girls at the time. I'm like, I'm not going to the post office. I think something people don't always know, we have drop ship. Okay. All you have to do is share your website link. People order from there and it ships directly to the warehouse, or directly from the warehouse. That's awesome. We do not have a whole room.
But if people want to do vendor events, or people want to have a select variety of sizes for people to try on, then yes, you have to hold inventory. It's not like you can buy them and send it back to the warehouse and they will hold it for you in their own specific little area. No, you now have to hold inventory.
I mean, yes, we have our samples. I need to be careful how I say that, as I definitely have a room of Zyia, but you do not have to do that. You have a few samples to wear, share for people to try. You do not have to keep inventory and go live and sell each piece, or have people.
I think they're probably talking about LuLaRoe, and I think that's why a major amount of MLMs are like, you don't have to have inventory, because they're specifically talking about LuLaRoe and how we have seen just the like piles and piles and closets full of LuLaRoe. So they always go back to that specific sort of idea that no, you don't have to do that. But to me, even having a room, a closet, a dresser full of this product that you may or may not sell, that's a risk.
Over and, or drop ship it, whatever you want to do. You don't have to do that. You get orders through your rep website. The warehouse ships to your customer. You don't have to have your party closed. It ships directly to them.
But also, like, if this is your own business, right, like, and you are shipping the product directly to the customer, like, at least you have control. You know that you shipped it. You can maybe put in a little thank you note, make it a little bit special. Like, there are reasons to want to have the product in your house and you to have that sort of control. Like, that's the thing with MLMs, is they're like, oh, you don't have to do this. The only thing you have to do is sell the product. And it's like, I don't know, when you want to have a little bit of control over something that you claim is your own business, I would.
Amazing, game changer. So awesome that we do this, but make sure people know that. Okay. Product warranty. Is there any sort of product warranty? And this is my last one, you guys. I'm sure there's more. Hello. We have our Blue Moon guarantee, which, I mean, how incredible is that we stand behind our product at that level? You have a full year. If anything happens, you get your money back, get a new product, whatever. That to me puts so much confidence behind our product, not just for us as reps, but for our customers. It takes that pressure away. A lot of these pieces, if they're making an investment in a great pair of leggings, they want to know if something happens to them that they're covered. And I love that. So make sure to share that as well. You guys, that was so much. I just covered so many things, so many questions. But I think these are so important. I want you to feel confident. I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to talk about this stuff. I want you to share it. And that's going to be your homework. Okay. Oh, good. You're pumped and ready to go. I know some of you might be at a point too, and I'm seeing this a lot. I've talked to so many of you who have taken a little bit of time off, right? Maybe life got crazy and, you haven't been able to dedicate the same time to your Zyia business. You've taken a step back. Guess what? Now's a really amazing time to get it up and going again. Relaunch your business, dive back in. There are so many amazing things happening because of this company. The opportunity is huge. This can be a game changer, life-changing situation. Don't be scared to share it. Don't be scared to talk about it. And that's going to be your homework. Put some of this stuff out there. People don't know it. We think people know it. They don't. They don't dig in. They don't do research like that. They don't do the homework. And I wouldn't expect them to. I don't know another company's compensation plan. So share it. Get it out there. Put it on social media. Have discover calls. Do whatever you need to do. Have that conversation with that person that you know. I mean, I didn't even know that the girl I was talking to last night, she just started asking questions. And I'm thinking, these are questions I should be putting out there. Okay, so she would know this. So keep that in mind. Keep sharing this, you guys. If you've got more questions or you want to add anything to how you approach any of these, please let me know. Put them in the comments. And we'll go from there. And I apologize, I totally did not get to all your questions, but I think we'd be here a little while. So keep them coming though, and I will answer. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Tomorrow is the last launch of the month. I'm so excited. I think it's going to be a good one. I mean, I hope so. It's the last day, last launch of the month. But have a good day, you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye, Zyia lady. That was like every other MLM call that I have ever heard. But she truly, I think, believes that Zyia is different. And I will say she at least came not necessarily with good rebuttals, but she came with rebuttals. And of course, she's going to have rebuttals to, very common, completely understandable questions like, shouldn't something be consumable? Because of course, we hear all the time on the other end of MLMs that have consumable products on why it's so amazing to have consumable products and why this and why that. But at the core of it all, they say the same statement, is that people need to have this. We have an opportunity that can change lives. We have the opportunity to reach the sky. The sky's the limit. There's no income capping whatever. And it's like, you're saying the same stuff. You are saying the exact same stuff as the MLM next to you. And you're claiming you're different because you have different products and you may not have this on your compensation plan, but they do, or vice versa. It doesn't matter because you're still doing and saying the exact same stuff. You are not different than the MLM next to you. You're not different than the MLM that got closed down for being a pyramid scheme. And you're not different than the MLM that will start tomorrow. You're all the same. And I'm sorry to say it, you're all kind of scammy. Alright, you guys, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really, really liked it, please subscribe. But let's talk anything and everything Zyia active in the comments below. And until my next video, I will see you guys then. Bye!